Greetings, and welcome to the Modern Alchemist Channel. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this is the Modern Alchemist Podcast. So this one is for all of you guys out there that have been real troopers and have put up with the super duper information dense material that I've been producing, involving lots of reading and other stuff. So I empathize, and I know that some of you guys work late. I know that some of you listen to this while you're at work, and so what this is for those of you who are on the road and want to just listen to something while you're driving. This is for those of you who are working late nights and wanting to have something to listen to while you're in the kitchen. You know who you are, and this is for everyone. Just kind of kick back. We're not going to stress out here about just packing in the information, but instead this is more kind of where we experience stuff together, where I share with you a wide variety of insights that I've developed over the years as a product of my journey uh, in alchemy and the esoteric. So with that said, uh, let's start. Let's just begin, man. Let's dig right in. And the thing I want you to do, I get a lot of questions. I mentioned this in another video about meditation. About just meditations fail so often. They fail so miserably, and it's often just because we don't have enough educational background to really supply our minds with material to process, to keep us focused in a meditation, to keep us laser focused. Instead, we sort of just empty out, and then are filled up with every possible random thing. It's the equivalent of cavitation. It's a naval term. It means when you crank up the props and go really fast, you create a big hole in the water, which then collapses down. It's called cavitation. It's really bad if you're trying to be stealthy in the water. But anyway, so when we try to empty out our mind, we create that. Well, I'm going to share with you a technique that um, that I that was revealed to me while I was working through the book of Osho and various tantric meditation techniques. Now, I want to just first off point out that uh, Tantra is 98% about a whole bunch of other stuff and about 2% about sex. So, for those of you that are concerned, yeah, we're not going to talk about anything like that right now. But the focus is actually where in yogic meditation the focus is to control the body, to discipline the body, to keep it rigidly disciplined, obedient even. Tantra is about letting your body experience whatever it is, and that experience begins with breathing exercises, so that you can experience 4 different states of being just by focusing on what it is that you are doing and feeling as a process of just breathing. So, to walk you through just that process really quick, um, you calm yourself down, and as you're listening, just focus on your breathing. There's the point at which you inhale your breath, and that inhalation is a state of being. That is a state of acquisition. You're drawing things into you, not just air. You can, as a process of inhalation, can pull energy in towards you, and often we do. That's why we often go, we're like getting ready. And we're sucking in that air because we're stressed a little bit, and then we do the second thing, which is there's that moment where you're holding the breath. And that's another state of being where you're full, and you'll find out that just like with inhalation, you just as you can't do that indefinitely, you cannot hold your breath indefinitely as well. The third state then is exhalation, where you're breathing out and you can feel yourself depleting Or if you want to focus your energy, if it's a ritual or something, then the exhalation becomes your push or your key up, maybe, or your ki, whatever focus in martial arts you have, and where the energy that you have is directed. The last state is emptiness, where then you are just sitting there without any breath inside of you. And this is one of the more interesting states to focus on, because in this state, you are existing solely as yourself. You are not processing anything, you are not getting rid of anything, you are just being you. And then you realize you can't just be you indefinitely, and you must take in air and bring the universe back into you, and then hold that in, and then breathe that out, and then sit in stillness. So there's 4 states. Well, as you focus on that and that experience, there's another thing that you can do once you've worked yourself through that and gotten a sense of each one of those experiences. And this is what came to me. This was the revelation. It's the I love you exercise. Um, and and what had come to me was this. As I was sitting in the stillness of the room, completely by myself, and I had worked through my breathing and I had experienced the 4 states of consciousness, and I was just gradually moving rhythmically from one to the next as I was breathing, allowing my mind to touch upon each of these like a baseball player touching upon each base as you run around the diamond, right? Infinitely running around as I'm breathing. And then I realized I need to say something. I need to speak something to the room. There's something more that I was experiencing. And it was this extraordinary sense of well-being, because I was now consciously participating in all of these different aspects of creation. And I felt this overwhelming urge to say, I love you. Not to anything in particular, just to say the words and experience hearing the words. I love you. It was revelatory. It changed everything for me, because I realized suddenly that these 3 words spoken just in the stillness of a room could reshape that room by degrees. And so I repeated again, I love you. And again, I love you. And each time I would say it, it became more and more sincere, until at last I was sort of just grinning like a Cheshire cat, because it just felt so good to express this to nothing in particular, but to just be in the wake of the expression of love as a vibratory experience. So that's your little gem for the day. That is your Modern Alchemist podcast for the moment here. This is it. I want you to think about that as you work your way through these states of consciousness, from filling up and holding to letting go and being. Remarkable cycle. And then in that cycle of 4 states of being, to impregnate it with pure intention. Just pure intention. And if you feel silly saying it in the quiet, that's okay. It's quite all right. Just say it. Experience what it feels like. And if you want to say it louder, say it louder. And experience what that feels like. I guarantee you it will change who you are as you incorporate this into your meditations, and contemplate, seriously contemplate the nuances, the texture, the vibrance and vibration of that experience. All right, that's all for today. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this is the Modern Alchemist Podcast. I'll be talking to you soon. Have a wonderful day.